Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I'm sharing another hashtag challenge. This is hosted by Dale Not Too Shabby Chic and Raina at Lilo Crass. The hashtag is Crash Your Stash. Each month they give a new prompt, and for March it is CD envelopes and playing cards. So today I'm sharing the playing cards. I decided to do the CD envelope and the playing cards separate because the circle and the square just did not go well with my brain. So this is the playing card, and I have a vintage set here. I'm sure I got it at a thrift store years ago, but some are worse than others. They're pretty tore up, but I guess these are pretty good. So I use that. And I just framed it out with my my die set that I use a lot, which is this one here by Hero Arts. It's wood frames, but I'll put the number in the description for you. It just puts a nice little finish on the vintage playing cards. Here's one with the flowers. It's perfect. I love it. So there's that. I used that, and then I put a label here and stamped it. May a sweet song fill your day. And I used this set here by Art Impressions. It's a really cute set. The little birds are just adorable. I haven't really played with it a lot, but I've been reorganizing my stamps, so they're finding new life. And I used this label here. This is Just Right, and I used this one here, and I got that from Tina at Crafty Bean at one of her D-Stash sales. So I know I got a really good deal on that set, and it was brand new. So I did that, and I used paper. This is the paper here, and this is the accordion booklet that I got hooked on watching GAYLE Agostinelli, and I do have a playlist for those. I'm not going to show you how I make it or anything like that because I have a playlist, and but you can cut a 12 by 12 down to 6 by 12 and get 2 booklets, but you do need like coordinating papers for like the inside and whatnot. So, but I did this time test this. I didn't think about it when I started making this. I put this through my printer and printed just tea stained digital on the back side so that your inside would have a color when you fold it. And I use my distress inks on mine, but I really like this idea a lot better to be able to put some color on the back, because you really don't want to add too much bulk to that. So there's that. This paper pad here, I don't think I kept it out. I'll put it in the link. I'm having a really extreme squeaky chair day, so I don't want to move around too much. I did put some lace on the spine here, and I did stamp on the back here. I used this stamp set here, and this is TPC Vintage Bird Cages. It's a really cool set. I am converting my stamps to from these. I don't like these. They're bulky, to like envelopes like this. So I've been trying to do that. So I used that stamp set, and then I used this die set here. This is Tonic. Yeah. Tonic, and it's loaded pocket square embroidery hoop die set. Alright, that's it. And then I use the seam binding from excuse me, my scrap cabin. I haven't really been talking to anybody, so I don't know where my voice is. This is a library card pocket that I have. I know I have a bunch of them. These here, I'm not sure who the company name is, but I know I've had them a really long time and I've never done anything with them. And I've been coming across, these were nice and tall. I do have a die set for this, but this one is nice and tall. Okay, J9 Scraps. I should have remembered. Yep, I'm pretty sure she's in Canada, but she makes these. Not the cards. These cards I'm sure she gets, and then she makes these, but I did have to cut it down a little bit, but I ordered them because I loved how tall they were. So there's J9 Scraps. I have those, so I'll be trying to use those up. So I just cut it down a little bit and rounded the corners. And then this little piece here was a little calendar piece. My dad sends me these little things like with birds and stuff like that because he knows I use them. So I just covered the bottom of the library card pocket with that and then put some lace trim on there. And then I just had this little bird in my stash in my little binder, so I put that on there. I thought that was really cute. The inside paper, I use the this is Park Lane. It's a solid core paper. It's like 80 pound, and it's smooth on one side and then it has a texture on the other side. I really love it for using it on the inside of things to make it a little bit stronger. So this is the accordion, and I did it a little bit differently. I was taking a page out of Rhoda Burke's. She's made these and made like little scrappy pad booklets, and that's kind of what I had in mind. It started out and I just kept adding things. This page here is a freebie from here from Curious Moon Design. So if you go on her site, she has a newsletter and she always puts out really awesome freebies. And I just printed it out and then I folded it in half and I glued it on itself and just made it a page. So the other half is on this side here. And I just left it for writing space. This here is a vintage Greg shorthand dictionary. I put that in there. I just added some tea stain digital to it to make it a whole page. And I like that because I took shorthand in high school. I didn't like it, but so I put that in there. And I am the type of person that I have to see things as they're intended, like wording. I couldn't put it this way. It just, my brain would not click with it. So any of my future work, if you see it, everything is going to be as is intended for writing space or to be able to read it. It's just me. So I just have a few writing pages here, and that's the back side of this one here where I folded it, and I just put a piece of trim paper lace on there that I had in my stash. This here is a poem out of a bird poem book, And it's this one here, Poems of Nature. I love this little book. You can find it really inexpensively on eBay, but it has the cutest little images and poems in there, and I just went through and picked out something that I would like for there. So it's a cute little book, and I like the size of the pages as well. So, but I find, well, that's a cute one too, if I tear, if they're books that I'm going to use, if I take them apart and start doing that, then it's a process for my brain. It's okay to use it. So yeah, but I like to keep it together. So after I use all the pages, I can make a small little journal out of this. So there's that. So what I did was made little signatures. So there's pretty much four signatures. And I kept it down to only like 3 pages. I wanted to do it how Rhoda Burks did hers, and I will link her video where she put them in between before she glued all these together, and she made it longer so there was more room. I like that idea. I need to watch that video and make some notes. So what I did was I just put 3 of my pieces of paper together that I wanted, and I just sewed down the center, and then I just glued this one piece to that front there. I just decided a spot where I wanted that first one, and that just gave me a guideline for the rest of the signatures where to put them. I did put a little trim piece here because I wanted that to be pretty there. As you can see, I didn't run this through the printer before I folded it, so I had to use my Distress inks because it was real white. I'm not bothered by white at all, but I wanted a little bit of contrast. So there's that little poem, and I did add some paper to it, which is here on this other side. And I did add a little piece of, this is like paper border trim or something. I had a bag of it. Here it is. In my cleaning, I found a bag of this, and they were just in little strips. So I'm not sure where I got these. Might have been in a Happy Meal, I'm not sure. So I just decided to use those there. And I had to put two together to put them back together, but it's still good. So I basically folded that back page over and just made it into a pocket here. So I'll put something in here. And then this is just tea stain paper and a printout with lines on it from Anne over at Curious Moon Design. And I really like using those on my projects. So I just printed the tea stain on one side, and then I think it's called olive paper on the other side. And then this was in my stash, a little border flower, excuse me. I just put that there. And then this here is Florentine paper. I was looking for something special, and I found this in my stash. I'll put it in the description where I got it. This was a recommendation by GAYLE, Augustinelli, and I went over and bought this pack, and Nancy. So they're gorgeous. So I need to use them. So I did use a piece in here, and they're just like strips like this. And I just folded it. I wanted it like this to fold in, and then that like that. So I did that. And then I had this little pocket in my stash. I put that there, and I had that butterfly in my stash. I put that there. This is a Sizzix where you can stamp and die cut. I'll have to pull that out so I can put the number down or look it up. but I have a bunch of these that I made up, so I kind of like that, kind of went with the color, so I put that there. And then on this side, I had three of the, or I had a bunch of these tiny hearts that they come out of something that I die cut, and I save them, and I put them along the page here just so it would hold the page down. It just gives it some weight. And I did the same thing with this signature, sewed everything together and then glued that front part to there like that. So far so good. So, and then on the back here I had this time card from long ago that I stamped the bird cage, and that was this set here. I stamped that on there on that time card, and I said, well, it's time to use it up, so I just cut it down to fit my book. And then I put a piece of avocado dyed paper, index card that I got from Marriott, A Passion for Paper. So I'm using that up. I went all over the place on this, a lot of different items. Then on this signature, I just made it like a little scrappy pad, and I got that idea from Rhoda Burks, and I love that, so that you have places to write things. This front piece is almost like cardstock. It's I got a bunch of this. Was in a big box from the thrift store, and I think it says I'll always remember. It was like a whole big pages of this, so I just cut it down to fit in there, and it kind of made it like the front signature, so it had stability, and it actually had lines on it, so it worked out. So there's the front and there's the back. And then I just took random colored papers that I have, some blue, and then there's some blue grid paper, and then this is that paper I have that has the little dots in it. You probably can't see it. Yeah, tiny little dots. And then the last signature here, this is just a card that my dad sent me. He's always sending me stuff, and I just kept the front of it. And then this was out of a Bluebird, was out of the Ideals magazine, and I have a bunch of these. I'm not sure. Oh, this is from Angela the Traveling Crafter. I got this at her live sale, so that was a does it say summertime? It just says summertime, yeah, issue. So yeah, I pulled it out of that one, so that's kind of cool. So there's that. That was all. This was one page. The birds were at the bottom of the page, and this was at the top of the page, and I wanted to have them both, so I put the birds on this side and the poem about them over here, and it just fit. Just fit. This page here, this is just one of those scorecards. I'm not sure what that's from, but I had that in my stash. I used that. And then this little bird pocket here is an actual photo, and it's a bird in my daughter Heather's backyard in Florida. So I just cut it down to make it a pocket. And then this I just made a little, I don't know, just a little scrappy thing. It's I was gifted some of these a while back. They're word strips, and I never really messed with them, but they're really thick. I guess they're for like kids to practice, but it's almost like they're better than the index cards, actually thicker. So they were white, so what I did was I took and glued them to copy paper, and I don't recommend this. Everybody's printer is different. I use just my little cheapy glue that I know I can pull it back off. This is the little craft bond, if I'm going to do something like that, I use this, and printed tea stain on there, so I can pull that right back off. Or you could just cut around it if you wanted to and just keep the paper on the back. If you ran it through with really thin copy paper. But I just wanted that color on there, so I made a little booklet. And then this is a, what do you call these? The Kodak picture, you know what I mean, the slides. Excuse me. I got this from Diane Hubert, Pretty Pink Cottage. I have a whole bag of these that I got from her, so I just put that little Queen of Clubs in there, so a back side of a card, and then I just made it a little scrappy pad. And then this is one of those, I got a lot of these coin envelopes too that I found. This is one of those, and I just printed, what did I do? I printed something. Here we go. I did the same thing. I used, this time here I used removable tape, or I think it's it says removable tape. I used that, taped it down, and then I used my daughter Heather's digital from her, I think it's Wallflowers, and I just ran it through. I was just doing a test. I probably should have done more and made use of the whole page, but I just wanted to see if it would work. It would have worked out a lot better if this was white, but I really wanted to use it and put some print on it, so that's what I did. And I just cut it down to fit this little scrappy thing, and this is just one of these folded in half, and then I just rounded the corners. So there's a little secret spot right here to put a little something in, so just a little extra writing space. This here is or was a tag, and this is my brown paper bag tags that I did the paste, the spackling paste on. So these are brown paper bags. I glued several of them together to make a, I was making tags out of them. And then I had a little pocket I made out of tracing paper, and I glued that on with the double stick tape, the really strong double stick tape. And then I found this little tally card in my stash that has a little bird nest in there. I cut it a little bit and rounded the corners so it would slide in and out easily because it was getting stuck, but I love that in there, and I love this texture on there, so that worked out well. I was able to use one of those tags because I have a box of those that I made, and I'm pretty sure that I have that in my playlist for Tag Tuesday because I love making tags. So I used one of those up. So that's it. This is a scrappy pad here, little pocket there, there's a pocket here, I'll put something in there. I love this Florentine paper, it's gorgeous. I'm glad I was hunting. I have everything dragged out, but it was fun. And then this here, lots of writing space. I could put a few more pockets in, but this thing is really chunky already. So yeah. So that's it. That's my share for today. That is my hashtag crash your stash, and that is my playing card prompt. I will be back for the CD envelope. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed. Take care. Bye.